At MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Professor Eduardo Causil carried out research into how the collapse might have happened.
It is always easy to play the general after the war. However, it is important to understand why it is that the structures fell. And if the structures did have an Achilles heel, I believe that this Achilles heel were the floors.
The floor system was unusual for a high-rise building. Instead of the thick steel beams that are normally used, the floors were supported with lightweight structures called trusses. A steel deck was placed over them to form prefabricated panels, which were then hoisted into position. They were fastened at each end to brackets welded to the wall, and once in place, each floor was covered with a 4-inch layer of concrete. This system was one of the reasons the towers could be built so quickly, since each floor was largely pre-assembled down on the ground. But Professor Causil believes that such lightweight trusses can be very susceptible to fire. Damage even a small section, and the whole system fails.
Here we have a model of the floor system with the floors and the beams, the trusses. This system is very strong, is very light, very stiff, but it is also very susceptible to fire. And therefore it has to be fireproofed very well and appropriately. To demonstrate this, I have here a similar floor system that has been fireproofed everywhere except at these two locations here. And we will see what effect these elements can have on the behavior of the structure.
First, the load on the floor is simulated with metal weights, and then the system is heated up with a gas burner. Almost immediately, the unprotected elements fail, compromising the strength of the entire unit.
This demonstrates that the structure is only as strong as the weakest link. This element that fails, even if it is only slightly exposed, is the one that determines how strong the structure will be.
Even though most of the truss remains as strong as ever, the failed section pulls inwards, putting enormous loads on the connections at the end, which, if not properly protected, would also be weakened by the fire.